Hello everyone, welcome to Scott's NBA Talk. This video, I'm going to talk about, we're going to talk about the 2018 NBA Draft, of course. We're going to talk about the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, this could go either way because they got the 12th and the 13th pick. So, you could flip-flop the order, does not matter. This is where, I'm confused probably after about 3 or 4 or 5 picks. Like, the first pick to me is obvious. The rest of them are kind of like, okay, could go various ways. But this is where, to me, it gets even tougher. Because y'all gonna think this is who I got. The 12th pick is crazy. Okay, so the Clippers have the 12th and 13th pick. Let's get going. With the 12th pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, I have the Los Angeles Clippers selecting Wendell Carter Jr. Yes. You'd be like, well, how did I have him fall to there? Well, I think he'll go anywhere between 5. He might even go 4, possibly. I don't know. He could probably go anywhere between, I'm going to say 5 to 12 in this draft. I think he could. It just depends on what each team want to do, because Dallas could go for him, to replace Dirk. Orlando might go for him if they think they're not going to bring back Aaron Gordon. Chicago may go for him and use him as a backup big. Cleveland might go for him. New York might go for him to have backup Porzingis. Philly might do it just to get another backup big. Charlotte may even do it. But I think he's going to fall to the Clippers. And he's 6'10". He's 250 pounds. He come out of University of Duke. He's got a 7'3" wingspan. Okay, so he's been compared to, I think, like Al Horford, which, if he's 90% of Al Horford, is pretty good. Some of his strengths are he's got a solid burst of explosiveness. He has a potential to be a stretch 5, so that'll keep the defense honest. If you play him at center, of course, with the Clippers, and if DeAndre Jordan comes back, you got to play him at power forward. But I think if you don't, you could go small ball, play him at center. He's got excellent court awareness, and he's a good passer for a big man. So kind of like, reminds me of Al Horford's a pretty good passer, or Blake Griffin. He averaged over 9 rebounds next to Marvin Bagley. So I guess Bagley might have played center, or he's got a high basketball IQ. He's got a combination of good size and length. So, if he falls to 12, I think you got to take him, or 13. Because, like I said, 12 and 13 could be flip-flopped if you wanted, because it's not going to matter. I think you take him. If he falls to you, you take him. Okay, some of his weaknesses, he settles or gets too wild at times with his shot selection. So there's times he'll go out there and he'll just settle for a bad shot. Solid but not overly quick lateral on defense. Laterally, I don't know how you say that word. Struggles to elevate in traffic, so he's not good in traffic. He doesn't have the greatest shot mechanic. He's limited to the center position based on size and skill set. So maybe he's got to mostly play center. I think he'd be an excellent pick if he falls to 12. Like I said, I think he could go anywhere between 5 and 12. I have him at 12 in my mock draft because I'm going to be honest with you. From 5 to 12, I am completely confused. I think, or actually 6 to 12, because I think Bamba probably could go 5 or 4, and so it's kind of confusing because there's so many ways you can go from 6 to 12. Maybe 13. Okay, so that's the 12th pick. With the 13th pick in the 2000 NBA Draft, I have the Los Angeles Clippers selecting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's a 6'6" point guard. I think you could try him at some 2. He's 185 pounds out of Kentucky. He's got a 7-foot wingspan. So you got a big guard who's got a 7-foot wingspan. Some of his strengths can change speeds, crafty finisher around the basket, high work ethic. He's not afraid of the big moment. So the last second of the game, put the ball in his hands and he'll try to go to work. Um, okay, some of his weaknesses. He needs to improve. He needs to build up some strength. And he tries to force the offense, which leads to silly turnovers. But from what I've seen in highlights, he's got a pretty much almost all-around game. He just needs to improve his strength. I think at 6'6", I think he needs to gain about 20 or 30 pounds at least. And but I think he'd be a good pick. And, if he falls to 13, he may not. He may go to Charlotte at 11 because they may trade Kemba. Who knows? But to me, and then there's some other possibilities you could take at 12 or 13. Okay, Miles Bridges could fall. Lonnie Walker, I've heard is pretty good. I have him later, though. Gary Trent Jr. is another one. So, I don't know. I just look at this and I think, okay, if DeAndre Jordan leaves, you need kind of a big. And Wendell Carter Jr., I think, could fit. So, it'd be like when Atlanta took Al Horford, and I think they plugged him at center. And then they had Marvin Williams, Josh Smith, Joe Johnson. And then later, I think they went got Bibby, if I remember right. But the Clippers, I mean, the bad thing about the Clippers, they're in the Western Conference, so it's kind of like, and I really thought they were going to tear down when they made the trades they made, and they didn't. They stuck with their guns, and when they went 45 games, 43 or something, still, I mean, that's a pretty good season. I mean, had they been in the East, I think they might have got in. Although it seemed like this year both the East and West got a little better. So the West is so dominant, you could almost take 10, 11 teams and be like, man, they all could compete. Like, it's almost a guaranteed Golden State and Houston will be at the top. And then from 3 on, you're going to have about 10 or 11 teams that's going to be competing. So, and I have the Clippers in that kind of category. So, it all depends on what they do next season with DeAndre Jordan. They bring it back. If not, you go Wendell Carter. Even if you do, you still can go Wendell Carter. You can be a backup and learn. He could probably even start. I don't know, though, because they got Tobias Harris at the 4. So, and I mean, I like the Clippers team, although they don't got any other than Jordan. They don't really have anybody that's Lou Williams was pretty close. Everybody else is a good player, but not overly great. But who knows? We'll see what happens. So I have a couple of questions for you. 1, who do you think the Clippers will select with the 12th and 13th pick? 2, realistically, who would you select with the 12th and 13th pick? Like I said, the draft starts getting tougher. Because, DeAndre Ayton's probably going to be off the board. Luka Doncic is going to be off the board. Marvin Bagley is probably going to be off the board. Jaren Jackson Jr. will definitely be off the board. Mo Bamba will definitely be off the board. I'm very confident Trae Young will be off the board. Colling Sexton, now if he by a miracle falls to 12, you take him, I think. But I don't think he will. Michael Porter Jr., one person has him falling out of the lottery. If he happens to fall to the Clippers, I think you jump on it and take him. But I don't think he will fall that far. I'm trying to think who all else. I don't think Mikal Bridges is going to be on the board. I don't even think Miles Bridges will probably be on the board. I could be wrong. So send me your thoughts and comments on who you would take. Thank you for listening. And stay tuned. Around October, maybe even sooner, I'm releasing a basketball social media site. So you'll be able to, go to chat rooms, talk about Clippers. You'll be able to probably groups. You'll be able to buy merchandise, and I just want to let you know about the basketball social media site. You'll be able to get tickets to games if you need to. Just want to let you know about it. It's coming soon, and thank you for listening.